All right, hello, welcome to the weather update as we wrap up the final minutes of October here. Uh, as we are just a little bit before midnight, but sorry, weather update's getting kind of late tonight. I'm just tired, man. It's the only day they don't work. I mean, every other day they wake me up in the morning banging like that. It's horrible. So at least doing the work that they do in that bill in that in a normal place they would have this work done in like a couple of weeks, but because it's just well, whatever. Let's talk about the weather. Obviously plenty of clouds around today, pretty sunset though. You can see those clouds in the sky today. Definitely had a pretty dramatic looking sunset there. It's pretty nice looking there, as you can see. And then we had this really ominous cloud as the dusk rolled in. And this was actually a shower that was approaching us. And we actually got some rain in Hicksville, but that rain shower didn't actually affect Mineola. So let's take a look at our highs and lows for today. Right now, we got temperatures in the mid-50s. Still kind of a mild evening. Dew points are dropping. We're going to start seeing those temperatures drop. Let's go to the high temperatures for today. So we got up into the mid-60s. Pretty warm day across the island. West winds, mid-60s, 65 at Islip. Pretty much the same everywhere with that west wind. So let me go to the Ventura sky. We'll show you these showers that developed today, because they were kind of like they'd formed over the. Oh, we got to roll this back to the next day. Maybe going a little slow because again, when you can't wake up properly day after day after day, it affects you. Or it's the only day I can get a decent amount of sleep. But anyway, I do apologize for being tired. But you can see these showers in the Hudson Valley that came on down and affected parts of Nassau County. Here we're at 6 o'clock, and then here we are around 7. You can see that they kind of affected. There was some decent, it was enough to really wet the ground in certain areas and even create some puddles, particularly in Hicksville. You could see it kind of just moved, it kind of missed central Nassau, but it hit like the eastern part of Nassau, went over central Suffolk, and then dissipated. But still, it was an interesting shower complex there. Looking at the satellite, you can see we've cleared out after all the clouds we had today. A few more clouds off to the west, but I think tomorrow should be mostly sunny. Anyway, let's take a look. We got a lot, so you can see all the clouds that we develop over us today. Just instability, cloudiness, a little low-level moisture. But you notice this in the center of the Atlantic. That is our next named storm. That's right. They're also watching an area down here as well. But this is Wanda. Yes, that's right. Subtropical Storm Wanda. And this thing is just out in the middle of the ocean here. So this was the storm we had. This was the storm that affected Cape Cod. It finally, as it moved far enough east, it finally got a name. They finally gave this thing a name. And it's really got very erratic movement right now. Because it's kind of just stuck there in the middle of the Atlantic with nothing really to move it along. So let's take a look at the latest public advisory. You can see the cone. Not going to affect any land. Wanda holding steady in strength as it moves erratically over the central Atlantic. As of 3 a.m. Greenwich Mean Time, its location is 35.6 north, 44.1 west, about 960 miles west of the Azores. Maximum staying winds are 50 miles an hour, moving southwest. That's right, it's moving southwest at 8 miles an hour. The minimum central pressure, 990 millibars, 29.24 inches. Again, not a terribly strong storm, but still, this is the same storm that wound up hitting New England that is now out over and this is wouldn't it be something that affected the Azores? Wouldn't that be something? But this is where it is right now. We can see if Tidbits has any information on it. Let's see. They probably will have a name. Yeah, here we go. Here's another satellite image of it. You can see it's clearly moving southwestward. That's nuts. That is nuts. But we can look at the models and just have a little fun with these. Here are the global hurricane models here for this thing. And it does take it and move it back northeastward again eventually. And this is the GFS ensembles here. So this might wind up hitting Iceland eventually, or England, or... I mean... said you're seeing stuff that we don't normally see. That's all I got to say, you know. That's not the only area they're watching. They're also watching this area over here. That's off the Cabo Verde Islands. So, yeah, here we are in November still talking about tropical weather. So let's go look at the statistics for October. Hopefully it's late enough that we have the statistics for October. Let's see if they probably haven't. Let's see if they put it up here yet. They might not have it, but let's go to the climate information here and let's get some of those statistics here. It's down here. All right, so we go to the observed weather, and we're going to the monthly weather summary for, let's do Central Park. We'll do Islip first. See if they have it first. All right. Nope, that's the old one. All right, so they don't have the monthly weather summary. We'll do this in the next weather update. Hopefully it'll be up tomorrow or the next day. I'm sure it's way above normal. Let's see if we can do Central Park. No. Okay, so whatever the case is, it's not here yet. So let's go to the models and talk about what we have coming our way. So things are going to be quieter, less craziness going on. We have a more normal jet stream pattern in place, and that will mean that we will have a more normal west-to-east flow going on in the atmosphere, including some cooler air. So you notice the high pressure building down. We'll have a weak cold front on Tuesday, which could bring us a chance of a shower. And then colder air even builds in on Wednesday and Thursday with this high pressure system here. And this is the 0Z GFS that we are looking at. And this takes us out all the way out till later Thursday. You can see a storm offshore that should hopefully stay there. Like I said, we'll get into that more tomorrow. I'm just very tired. I do really apologize, but I really want to do the weather update because, you know, it's important that that I do it. So let's look at our temperatures, see how our temperature is going to be doing through the week here on the GFS. And we'll start off tomorrow. Highs in the upper 50s to around 60 degrees, which is close to average. It will drop by the morning by the 40s, by the way. Drop into the 40s, maybe some radiational cooling in some of the colder spots Tuesday. And then Tuesday is going to be colder with that cloud cover and that secondary cold front moving through. So we're only going to be in the low to mid 50s that day. And then for Wednesday, we're still only in the mid 50s behind that cold front. And that is where we'll stay. We're going to pretty much have highs in the 50s right through Thursday. And dry air. I don't have to show you the dew points because you'll see we have nothing but dry air to enjoy here. But I guess I can show it to you because it'll show you the wind direction. So you can see northwest winds tomorrow there, all right? Wow, big difference from the morning. So we have west wind around 12Z, and then there's 18Z. The dew points drop, and we have where the winds go more northwesterly. So this coldest shot comes in. Here's Thursday. Tuesday, and you can see the dew points dropping even more. Northwest winds there, and dew points dropping into the 20s. So yeah, this is going to be some cold. This is going to really feel like November finally. Finally, as we get into November here. As far as our next chance of precipitation, it would be with this cold front. So let me go look at the 0Z HRRR. It probably won't be all that much rain with this front. It'll be pretty moisture starved. But there could be a light shower or two. Perhaps HRRR doesn't even give us anything. Generates it all south and east of us. But you can see some scattered activity there. It's not really showing much of anything on the HRRR. The NAM might show a few things. Let's look at the NAM and see. Yeah, the NAM shows a little area of light rain in the early afternoon. But other than that, that's about it. Let's go now to the skies. And you'll see tomorrow we should have a mostly sunny day. Very nice day. Tuesday we got the clouds from the next cold front, and then that clears on out, and then we should have another mostly sunny day on Wednesday. This is looking at the NAM. Let's look at the RGEM next for the skies. And you will see here tomorrow a nice mostly sunny day. And then the clouds come in on Tuesday with a slight chance of a shower, and then clear on Wednesday. And feeling much like November. And then this storm, we'll have to watch this storm that's probably going to go underneath us for Thursday. The only thing I can look at here, I'd have to, you look at an older GFS model, 18Z run. All right, so you can see the storm going underneath us here. What we get is some high clouds, and then we hopefully push to the south, though. It looks like now it wants to kind of form something more toward the weekend, so this would be the weekend here. So let's see. It does form a pretty strong storm, actually, over the weekend. And if you see that there, I can change the region. Again, that warmer than normal ocean water is causing a lot of interesting things to happen. So here's a fairly strong storm that it does seem to want to develop as you get more toward into Sunday and the weekend. It does keep it offshore, but still, it's close enough that we're going to have to watch that again. So it is definitely close enough that we're going to have to watch. I want to see if this shows up in the Canadian model and the Icon model. So let me go to the Canadian model and see if it shows up. I would have to roll this back to the 12Z run. See if this shows up for next weekend. So here we go. We're flying the most of the week, but then Friday we'd have to watch for a chance of rain, but it does seem to keep it offshore. This is, again, the Canadian model. And then we could also look at the ICON model, which is the German model. So you can see there's our high building in, and then the German model takes it a little closer to us. So you can see all the models agree on developing this storm. You can see that right there. They all agree on it because you can see a wave in the atmosphere here. If we go back to GFS and I'll look at the jet stream here. Let's I gotta go to CONUS for that. I guess it's let me look at that. Let me use CONUS. All right, and I'll have to again look at the 18Z run. Yeah, it's important to show it on CONUS. So you can see here's that trough coming down. All right, that's going to help bring the cold front through. But you can see there it is. There's that wave right there. When that gets out over the ocean, gets the energy from the ocean, that could explode into something pretty significant. So we're going to have to keep an eye because, again, we're still dealing with those very warm waters in the Atlantic that are definitely a factor in this. Let me go to the windy.com model. Just show you the storm again, being that we've got a storm to watch now. I'm going to move this. This would be the European model here. And this also shows the storm. Here we are on Saturday, but it does show it offshore. And it does show it staying offshore. And what's this? Is this Wanda over here? So, yeah, I think that's Wanda. So it has Wanda just meandering out there, and then that would be funny if Wanda came back to hit the United States. You never know. But anyway, as far as this storm goes, this at least the European seems to keep this storm out over the ocean, and it doesn't seem to have it bother us. But still, you could have some pretty strong winds in this storm. And we look at the wind gusts. Look at this. This could be a pretty big storm, but it stays out over the ocean. So that's the difference with. But that could always change. So we'll have to keep an eye on that storm. But meanwhile, we've got nice weather, so enjoy it before we watch the next storm as we head toward the end of this week. But man, we need a break from this crazy weather, don't we? I know. Well, yeah. Breaks are going to get harder and harder to find as we deal with the consequences of our changing climate. And there we go. Leave you with another look at Wanda. There's Wanda right there. Subtropical Storm Wanda. And note again how far north it is and how far. I mean, this is not a spot where you see this kind of stuff. That's what they have to call a subtropical storm. So just seeing more and more of this strange weather going on. You want to be scared. Just look at what's going on this planet on this Halloween. Have a good night.